What's up, people? It's time to get back at it. I gotta teach you how to walk like a baby. Then we're gonna run. Then we're gonna sprint. And then we're gonna fly. Alright, but first of all, we gotta learn how to crawl, right? So, today we're gonna have a little review of order of operations. Are you ready to get back at it? Alright, let me show you a few things that we need to have in our possession. So, one of the things you need to get is some graph paper. Okay, so you need to get you some 4x4 graph paper. You can get something like this. Okay, or you can get something like this. Comes on a little tear-off pad. You also need to get you could also get it in this kind of little composition book like this if you wanted to. That's fine. But you need to have some graph paper. Okay. Also, you need to get you some of these little composition books. Okay. This is what you do need to get. This is what you don't need to get. Okay. Don't get these ones with the spiral on it. Okay. Get these composition books. Get something like this. Okay. So walk this way. Walk the way I'm telling you. So get some of them. And it needs to probably get you a couple of these folders. Okay. These little pocket folders. Okay. These like this. Got a little pocket in them. Could be plastic. Could be paper. Whatever. Something you can put in your notebook. Get you some of them. Alright. So make sure you're following the directions. Alright, we'll cut this off now. Alright, you ready? So let's go and review some of these things. It's kind of, first week back kind of stuff. So first thing I want to talk about in order of operations is that old thing, the old Pemdas, okay, the proper order, okay? So let's just talk about listing the order. Okay, so no, it's Pemdas. Most of us know that little mnemonic device. So P-E-M-D-A-S. All right, what does the P stand for? Please.
Okay, and then we're also going to talk about these little things, which are called brackets. Okay, so we're also going to talk about that. So it's another grouping device. Alright, what's the E stand for? If you're saying exponents, you are correct. Good job. Alright. What's the M stand for? That's it. Multiply. D stands for divide. You got it. Now we're going to put those, kind of group those together. Alright, and we do those from left to right. Okay, so you do the multiply and divide part from left to right. What's the A stand for? Add, that's it. And the S, of course, is for subtract. And you kind of group the two of them together. And you also do the add and subtract from left to right. Okay, so let's talk another little something we want to review is the difference between a variable and a constant. Okay, so what is a variable is the first one, and for number 3, what is a constant? Alright, so a variable, if you had to fill in the blank over there for what is a variable, what would you write? Well, a variable is something that takes the place of a number. Okay, so usually for us in here we're going to be using letters. Okay, so I'm going to write a letter that replaces a number. Anybody know what the most popular variables are? Take a guess. See how smart you are. Alright, so the most popular variables are X, Y, and N. Okay. Now the reason X and Y are popular, of course, because they come off the X and Y axis. Okay. The N, of course, is the first letter in the word number, so N stands for number. So that's why those 3 are the most popular. All right. Now constant. You may not know that is the letter A right there. Constant. So it's C-O-N. My handwriting not so good. C-O-N-S-T-A-N-T. Constant. All right. A constant is a number. Okay. Okay. In
The 3, of course, is the number, so it would be considered the constant. The x and y are the variables. So, a constant is a plain number. Alright, so in 3xy, the 3 is the constant. Of course, the x and the y are variables. Okie dokie. So we've talked about our order, PEMDAS. We're going to add, we're going to talk a little bit more about brackets here. Common or most popular variables. And if you see, a little expression like this, 3xy, the 3 is the plain number, so the 3 is the constant. Of course, the x and y are variables. Okay? So let's just go through and talk a little bit about exponents for just a second. And talk about if you know the difference between these two things. Alright. So let's just say we've got this, and we also have this. Alright, so there's a difference between that and that. So what does this mean when there's no symbol in between the 3 and the 2? Okay, when there's no symbol, that means multiply. So I'm going to change colors here and just kind of write this out a little bit. So that actually means 3 times 2, and of course 3 times 2 is 6. Okay. Now over here, what does this mean? Well, that's the exponent, or the power of 2. So how would you write that? Well, that means 3 2 times. So that would be 3. This may not show up well. Well, you can see that. 3 times 3. Okay, it does not mean 3 times 2. That means 3 times 2. This is 3 to the second power. So that means 3 times 3. And I know you know that 3 times 3 is 9. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that green one or not. It's not writing too hot. Okay. So, exponents, 3 to the second power, otherwise known as 3 squared. Alright, 3 times 3 is 9. Alrighty, so now let's talk just a little bit about brackets. Okay, which are these jokers right here. Alright, so in brackets they're a grouping symbol, just like parentheses. So you're going to work everything in the brackets in the grouping symbol, and then you'll work your way down the problem. So we're just going to kind of work one of those just to kind of give you an idea how all this works. Okay? So we're going to start out with the hardest one first, and then from there it should be easy. So let's say we've got this. We've got 3 on the outside of some brackets, and in the brackets we got 17 plus 3 in parentheses plus 2 and 6 there minus 4. Okay, so that's what we've got. Now I'm going to read through all that again before we start working it. So we got 3 on the outside of the brackets. Inside the brackets we got 17 plus 3 in parentheses. We've got a plus sign or addition sign there. We got 2, then we got it right beside the 6 minus 4. So let's just kind of decipher this, and we're just going to work it out one step at a time over here and see what we need to do first. So the first thing we've got to do, we've got to work out everything in the brackets, so we're not going to do anything with the 3 for the time being. So the 3 is just going to hang there. Okay? Now, in the brackets, we're going to go back and use our, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So have we got parentheses in here? Yes. So we're going to do the parentheses part first, which is this. That would be 17 plus 3, which is 20. So over here I did parentheses first. Alright. And then I'm just going to write this other stuff back down right underneath it, just like it is. Okay? So we did the parentheses first. Alright, do we have any exponents? No, we don't have any exponents, so we don't have to worry about that. Now, multiply and divide from left to right. So in here, inside the brackets, do we have any multiply and divide? Yes, we've got multiply. Okay, so again, we're just going to copy down the 3.
got the 20 from our first step. Here's multiply. 2 times 6 is 12. Remember, that means 2 times 6 if there's no symbol there. Okay, no symbol means multiply. So 2 times 6 is 12. And I'm just pulling, carrying down here the -4. Alright, there is no divide. Alright, have we got add and subtract? Yes. Okay. And we're going to do it from left to right. I'll go back. I should do that in red. Okay. So 20 plus 12 is 32, and then 32 minus 4 is 28. Alright, so that was our third step. So 20 plus 12 is 32, 32 minus 4, 28. So I do the adding and subtracting from left to right. Now that brings me to the last step down here. Okay, so now we know inside the brackets in here, our answer is 28. Out here we've got a 3. Do we have a symbol there? No. So what does that mean? That means 3 times 28. Okay, so our last step is to multiply. 3 times 28. Now you may not know what 3 times 28 is. I know 3 times 25, though 3 times 25 would be 75, so it's got to be something close to that. So if you don't know, just come over here to the side and do 28 times 3. Alright, 3 times 8 is 24. Carry my 2, that's 6, so that'd be 84. Alright, and then that means I'm done. Okie dokie. So, when you have the brackets, okay, they're a grouping symbol. That means you got to work everything in there, okay? Work all that down until you get your answer, which in this case, out of the brackets, we got the 28. Then, if there's a number on the outside out there with no symbol, that means you're going to multiply. So in this case, we did 3 times 28, which gave us 84. Okie dokie. Now, let's try another one. Let's try one that's got a little variable action in here. So let's say we've got 5x plus 3y. Alright, I'm going to slide this down a little bit. Okay. If x equals 6 and y equals 11. Okay. Now, what that means, of course, is you've got some constants here. 5 is a constant, 3 is a constant. Then you've got a couple variables, x and y. So what we're going to do is we're going to substitute the 6 in for the x. So right here that would mean 5 times 6 plus 3, and then we're going to take the 11 and we're going to substitute it in for the y. 3 times 11. Now, we got multiply here, we got multiply here, because no symbol means multiply. 5 times 6 is 30. 3 times 11 is 33. Then your last step, of course, would be add those together. That'd give you 63. Okay, so substitute in the 6 for the x. 5 times 6, 30. Why am I multiplying? Well, there's no symbol there, right? There's no symbol between that. So that means multiply. That does not mean it's 56. That means 5 times 6. Bring the 11 over, substitute it in for the y. 3 times 11 is 33. Don't say that's 311. That's not right. You got to multiply those together. No symbol means multiply. 3 times 11 is 33. 30 plus 33 is 63. Okay? Alright, we're close to the end, so let's do one more problem here. Kind of get us back in the order of operations stuff. So let's see, got my paper going there. And what we're going to finish up with number 8 here. Let's get this back up so you can see it. Okay, let's do one more order of operations with the, maybe put the bracket in there and parentheses and stuff. Okay, so let's say we got 4, and then we got a bracket. And let's say we got 3 and 20 minus 15 in parentheses plus 8 times 2. Alright, So let me see where it's a little crooked. That's better. Okay, and then we're going to finish out with the bracket. That is supposed to be a 2. Okay, so as you look at that, first thing you see is, hey, you know what? That's got brackets. That's the grouping symbol. So I got to work that whole thing in there and get an answer. So, do we have parentheses in here? Yes. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is this. So just copy down the 4 and the 3. 20 minus 15 is 5. Then you can just bring this other stuff down. Okay, so we did that first. Check. Now, in the brackets, do I have any exponents? No. Do I have multiply or divide? Well, I've got 2 multiply problems actually. That's multiply because it's got no symbol. That's multiply because it's got no symbol. So 3 times 5 is 15. 8 times 2 is 16. Okay. So multiply in both of those situations. Okay. Multiply here, multiply here. Now I've got left is add. Okay. So I'm just going to add those together. 15 plus 16 is 31. Alright, one more step, I'm home free. So I got my answer out of here. Okay, so in the brackets I know I got 31. And 4 times 31. How much is that? Let's see, 4 times 1 is 4. 12, 124 would be my correct answer for that expression. Okay, 124. Okay. So people, you got to learn how to walk this way. So don't forget, you need to get you some composition books. Okay, the ones without the spirals. You need to get some graph paper, get some folders. Of course, loose leaf paper is always a good idea. Okay, make sure you take good notes. Of course, good thing about this is, since it's recorded, you can go back and stop it and pause it and run it back if you need to. If you got any questions, you know you can email me. Okay. My email is oldreid@davidson.k12.nc.us, and we can email, we can have a Zoom meeting, we can do whatever you need to do, alright? So let me know. So this will be what we're going to be working on. Try to get us back in the swing things here this first week, so let me know if you got any questions or need help. Of course, I'll be putting the assignment up, so just make sure you click on that, and good luck. Let me know if you need some help. Until further notice, people, be good. Listen to your parents. Do your classwork. In this case, do your homework. And let me know if you got questions. All right? Stay safe, stay healthy. And we'll talk to you later. Peace.